What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the link. Here I am again. Fair play. 4th of July. It's getting late. I'm getting a little tired. I'm depressed because I got to go back to work tomorrow. Ugh, it's been 4 days and Lord knows I don't want to go back. But anyway, I hope everybody's had a great 4th of July so far. And I hope that everything's been safe for you. You know, I know a lot of things have happened. Some people and friends of mine have actually lost some family members in the past couple of days. And my prayers go out to them. My condolences go out to the family and whatnot. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here because I haven't been on here since Saturday night. And, you know, I was supposed to do some blog tidbits and whatever, but you know, because there are some things that come across my desk, some news stories that I see in videos or whatever, and that really hit me, and I just want to talk about them because I had to get some things off my chest, you know what I mean? And I was supposed to do it like Saturday night or Sunday, but I did not have time. I got caught up. So anyway, I am here now. Like I said, I hope everybody had a great day, a great 4th of July with your families. Hope you didn't eat too much. I tried not to. I think I did pretty good today. I ate a lot of ribs though, but whatever. Who doesn't on 4th of July? But anyway, let me go ahead and get started. One story that happened, I want to say last Wednesday on June 28th. Which was a sad, very sad story. A Pennsylvania teen was actually shot in the head by an angry white guy in a road rage incident. They were driving on what is called Route 100 in Pennsylvania, and they were trying to merge into the same lane like people do sometimes. It happens because I know I've done it. And they were trying to get into the same lane. Well, the man got mad. A 28-year-old guy by the name of... I don't want to start lying. I think his name is something Denson. Y'all bear with me just a second. Not that anybody cares what his name is, but I was going to, you know, for the sake of being accurate. But I'll get to his name in a minute. But her name is Bianca Nicole Roberson. This child had just graduated from high school, and she was 2 weeks away from starting college. And this man took this baby's life. Took her life. And it's a horrible thing. And when he shot her in the head, her car veered off into some bushes, and of course she died instantly, because when the paramedics and ambulance and everything arrived, she was already dead. He is taken off in his red pickup truck, which I perceive was maybe a Dodge or a Chrysler pickup truck, and his name is David Desper. 28 years old. Angry, bitter, miserable man. You know, a lot of people are going to say that this was a racial incident, and race may have played a part in it because, you know, who knows. But then I think he was just a miserable, hateful man, period. That may have been a factor, but we can't prove that. All we know is that he murdered somebody out of anger. And road rage is the cover-up for it, at least for right now. Or it is the motive behind it now. But he ran, fled the scene. A manhunt has ensued, and 3 days later, after the policeman had actually done a drawing of what they believed he looked like, he finally turned himself in, and I'm told that it was because of pressure from social media. And this is absolutely murder, of course. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Complete murder in the first. And it reminds me of the incident that happened in Florida, somewhere near Sanford, in 2012 or 14, with the young child named, what was his name? The young black boy, about 17 years old. He was shot by the white man over the loud music at the gas station. Jordan Davis was his name. It's the same thing. A white man got mad with him because the black boy, Jordan Davis, mouthed off to him, basically, and he pulled his gun out of his glove compartment and shot the child and tried to lie about it. And I wonder what this David Desper dude, what his excuse is going to be. As far as I'm concerned, he doesn't have one. He has killed this baby, taken this child's life. This child lost a brother about 2 to 3 years ago. Her 22-year-old brother died from heart disease. So her mother had already suffered one loss for her children, and now she suffered another senseless loss of her child. And I would not want to be that mother for nothing in the world. I wouldn't wish what this lady is going through on a dog. It's sad. It's terrible. And, you know, I'm I'm glad he turned himself in, but they don't need to waste any time with the courts, waste any money, any of the taxpayers' dollars, trying to go through a trial for this man and allowing him to appeal anything. I mean, he did it. They know he did it. He's admitted to it. Just go ahead on and do what you got to do. Go ahead on and declare him guilty. And as far as I'm concerned, because Pennsylvania is a death state, it is a capital murder. It's you know what I mean, a capital punishment state where people can get the death penalty. The death penalty is still in action in Pennsylvania. He should get it. I feel the same way about Dylan Roof. They've wasted enough time. It's been 2 years since he went in that church and killed those innocent people in Charleston, South Carolina. He should be executed by now. I'm more concerned about his soul than anything else. And this man right here, they need not waste any time executing him. Do not waste time. Go ahead and give him what he deserves. We know he did it. We know he did it. So anyway, it's just a sad story. I just wanted to mention that. My heart goes out to her family, her friends and loved ones. And it's just, you know, I don't know. We're living in a terrible time now. And we've got to be careful. People are crazy. And we've got to, I'm sorry, but a lot of people don't believe in prayer, but I do. I do. I've done it all my life. And I would encourage others to at least find out something about prayer, what it really is. Not what people say it is, but find out what it really is. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me move right along, because every time I think about this situation, I get extremely angry about it. Extremely angry, and I want to fight somebody. I want to whoop somebody. I almost feel like they need to turn this man over, do like they used to do back in the old days in other countries, and turn him over to the general public and let us do what we will with him. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm gonna move on from that story. Bless her heart, Bianca Robinson. Bless her heart. The next thing I actually saw today, there's this plus size model. Let me go to the article, because I don't want to leave anything out on that one either. I don't want to forget. I think I've already forgotten the lady's name. Her name is Natalie Haig. She's from Dallas, Texas. Like I said, she is a plus size model. And she's a full-time student. She's 30 years old. And she's also a social media influencer. She's one of these personalities that speaks up about body shaming and whatnot. She is trying to encourage people, like when you're overweight and whatnot, that you shouldn't be ashamed of your body and you shouldn't let other people make you feel bad about it. One of those type of personalities, you know. Not a bad thing at all. Actually very positive. Well, and they say she built a platform on promoting body positivity and health at every size. But this past Friday, Hope's message was put to the test when she came face to face with what people like to call now a body shamer on an American Airlines flight to Los Angeles. And this is what happened. Haig, 30 years old, had paid nearly $70 for extra leg room, because like I said, she's a big girl. I'm going to show y'all a picture of her, and hopefully you can see this picture. See if I can expand it. She's a big girl, but she's a pretty girl. And here she, I don't know if y'all can see that, but here she is. You at least see her a little bit. Well, she had paid $70 extra for extra leg room. And she's boarded to find only middle seats remaining. And you know, when you're heavy, when you're real big, well, let me go on. She boarded to find only middle seats remaining. So upon sitting down, the welcome she received from the man to her left-hand side, he was sitting by the window, was less than warm. She said, I could tell from the second that I walked up that he was bothered by me being there. She told Today. He was making it very clear by jerkily arranging himself in his seat, slamming his seatbelt, obviously distressed that I was alive even next to him. She said, I almost asked him if he was okay because it was so dramatic. He was sitting there just shoving it. You know how people are when they're bothered and they're irritated. They start slamming stuff down and and doing all this kind of stuff, making noises. Well, that's what he was doing. He never actually said anything to her. He was just being real dramatic, where she knew he was agitated at her presence, basically. She said she noticed him putting his phone between his knees and with his finger near the camera button. So she immediately suspected that he was about to take a picture of her. And when she glanced down at his phone, she saw a stream of derogatory comments that the man didn't even seem to try to hide. And this is what she saw on his text messages. It said, hopefully she didn't have any Mexican food. That's what the other person who he was texting said to him. Hopefully she didn't have any Mexican food. And his response to the person on the other end of the text message said, oh, I think she ate a whole Mexican. It was, if the news reports a DFW Airbus A321 leaving the runway without rotating, that would be my flight. So she's looking at this man's phone, and that's what she sees. So she takes screenshots of his phone, basically. Let me let you see that part too. I don't know if y'all can see that, but if you notice, there's 3 different pictures on that layout, and these are screenshots that she took of him while being on the plane, okay? And so she's on her own campaign. So it says that she was shook. She said, I mean, I have a body positive platform. Even I, in that moment, felt an inch tall, she told Today. On a computer, you can delete it or scroll past it, but to have it happen in front of my face was surreal. The whole flight, I wanted to disappear. But as Haig thought about the message she spreads online, she says, I knew I needed to practice what I preach, she explained. If I didn't say something, I regret it forever. I'd be a hypocrite. I've made a platform to make people feel good about taking up space in the world. And this dude wanted to make me feel bad for existing. Y'all remember my words that I'm reading. This guy wanted to make her feel bad, she says. Remember now, he's texting on his phone. She's nosily looking over at his phone. He never said anything to her. She just so happened to be looking down at his phone, and she saw what he was typing in his personal messages on his personal phone to his personal friend. Okay? So Hope decided to, well, it says she knew she needed to practice what she preached. She says, if I didn't say something, I would regret it forever. I'd be a hypocrite. I've made a platform to make people feel good about taking up space in the world. And this dude wanted to make me feel bad for existing. Haig decided to address the man at the end of the flight, so as not to cause a disturbance and allow for a quick exit if necessary. She filmed the interaction and posted it to Facebook, where it has now had more than 1.2 million views. The man, whose name is Eric, first denied the comments, but then apologized when Haig quoted his words back to him and revealed that she had photographic evidence of the exchange. As she challenged him, though, he lashed out again, asking her if she felt that she should be sitting in the exit row where she might need to help others in an emergency. Haig said she kept her composure, explaining that she in fact works out 5 times a week and that she was a model on her way to a photo shoot. He apologized again and, oddly enough, offered to buy her dinner for her trouble, which she kindly declined. Haig told Today that Eric's assumptions were unfortunately consistent with her experience as a plus-size woman. I've gotten crap at work, people saying that I look messy or dumpy or wasn't trying hard enough, even though I put money and time into the way I would dress. I've had people yell stuff out of their cars, make comments about things in my grocery cart, little microaggressions, like people huffing and puffing trying to get past me. She hopes that people who hear the story will feel inspired to treat others with kindness, but also to check their assumptions about larger bodies. You don't know anything about somebody by the size of their body, is what she said. You know the size of their body. You know the size of their body. You don't know what they eat or don't eat, if they exercise or don't exercise, how they got that way, if they exercise or don't, if they've been much bigger, and this is the smallest they've been. Out of the cool opportunity to get to know people in this world, you miss out on the chance to connect with another person because you decided to judge them instead. She added, we're all in this life together. Learn how to be a kind spot in someone's day. Okay, so she had this experience with this man on a plane who was just very, agitated at the fact that an overweight woman or a plus-size woman was sitting next to him on the plane. You know how people can be, but he never said anything to her directly. He actually was texting back and forth to his friend or whoever it was, and she happened to be looking at his phone out of her own personal, I guess what we have to call an insecurity. She felt like he might be talking about her because she was accustomed to that, and she saw his text messages. She screenshotted them. She got upset. She uploaded the screenshots of his personal phone to her Facebook page, and she has made a campaign out of what this man has done to her. Let me first say that the man was very mean-spirited. Yes, he was. It's obvious that he does not like heavy people. That's obvious from his behavior. Okay, I'm back. Y'all didn't realize I had paused for a minute there. Okay, but anyway, like I was saying earlier, as mean-spirited as this man was, as mean-spirited as he was being, the man, regardless of how she felt about what he was saying about her, he still had the right to say what he said on his own personal cell phone to his own personal friend. She was invading his privacy, and you know, as much as I want to take her side, which I hate to see anybody made to feel bad, I think she was wrong too, because she could be sued for violating his privacy. I mean, she screenshotted this man's cell phone, being nosy. And if she had not been being nosy, she would never have seen what was on his phone. Now, I know a lot of people going to disagree with me because people are so tied up in their feelings these days. We live in an era and a society where if it makes me feel bad, then you're wrong because you made me feel bad. Well, I'm pretty sure that this Miss Haig lady, I'm pretty sure that she done talked about some people in her time. If you go through her cell phone messages, you would probably find where she has said some things about him, because she even called him a drunk. Now, when she called him on it, when she had the audacity to confront this man about what she saw on his phone, which I think she was out of order for doing that, because like I said, it was his phone. He had the right to text whatever he wanted to whoever he wanted to, whether she liked it or not. And she was very bold to confront this man, because what if he had been a different kind of person and had cussed her out and embarrassed her even further? Because he basically apologized to her when she first confronted. He was like, he lied to her at first, and then he had to admit it when she said she had proof that he was doing it. And so he apologized to her, and the more they talked, he started getting a little bit more agitated, and he told her he didn't think, basically asked her rather, if she thought it was smart for her, being as large as she was, to sit in the exit aisle, blocking the exit, in case something happened. Is she in a position physically to be able to help other people? So he assumed that because she was big, she's incapable of being mobile, I guess. And of course she felt